What's up, everybody? Saltiest Gaming, and we're back with another podcast, the Saltiest Gaming Podcast. What is up, everybody?
What's up?
Yo.
What's up?
Boom, kaboom!
Kachuga.
All
God
right.
damn it, shut up, Nick.
This shit is gonna be hot tonight. If you guys are piling in from M&C in the evenings, we welcome you with open arms and beers in our hands. This episode is going to be awesome. So, what are you guys up to right now? Chat, Indie Gamer, welcome. He's a sponsor of the channel. I appreciate it. Yeah, anyway. How you guys doing? Do this.
Doing good, man. I'm doing great. Doing great.
I am feeling
excited.
Everybody's
Excited about this, man.
I can call it.
I'm back on TSP.
Yes,
I'm feeling ripe tonight. Let's get ready to peel this one back. Let's go.
Yeah. So, a lot of people have been commenting on the thumbnail. I think UK Daz is taking some personal time right now after that. Oh, there he is.
He says beer. He says beer. He's done.
He must have finished up. But yeah, I thought it was just kind of a little bit appropriate since we're going to be talking about the Xbox Scarlett tonight. Shout out to Jamie Moran. He's the one that started it up with Scarlett Joe, and I googled Xbox Scarlett, PNGs, blah blah blah, and then she came up, and I was just like, hell, let's do it, you know. So
good choice. I think we all concur.
Might as well, I guess.
I didn't know people were gonna get thirsty on this level, if you know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's on a whole new level. So. It's what it is. Native, welcome back, my brother. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
How have you been? I know you've been streaming more on Mixer. What have you been playing?
I've been streaming Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice that was gifted to me through Death Spank, so shout out to you, my dude.
Spanky.
But yeah, man, I've been playing Hellblade, and dude, I gotta say that game is amazing. I've been switching back and forth between the high frame rate and the high resolution modes that they have, and it's like instantaneous, and it's such a beautiful game. But yeah, I've been streaming that on Mixer. I don't have a set schedule yet for my streams, but I do tweet them out and everything, and I let people know, and I'll eventually start a Discord or something once I build up the courage to do so. Okay. But it's a hell of a lot of fun, dude. I'm having fun with it.
Cool, man. Well, we're glad to have you back.
It's good to be back.
If you guys don't know, Native has a GoFundMe going on his Twitter, so make sure you go and check that out. It's for a good cause. And yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Glad to be back, man.
My brother, he's here again. Nintendo Direct. What's up, buddy?
Yo, man, took the day off work and chilling, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm ready to get into these topics. Juicy topics, might I add. So I'm ready to go.
Awesome. Yeah, we Paladins just went free on the Nintendo Switch, so we try to get that some playtime in there last night.
It got salty. He got salty.
We played today, and I almost threw my controller through my TV.
It got salty today, bro.
You mean the tablet?
No, I played on Xbox today, but yesterday I was on the Switch.
Okay.
Crazy. Yeah. So, shout out to Mooch and Crap and everybody from M&C in the evening. We appreciate all you guys. I appreciate both of you guys for the shout out as well. Anyway, so yeah, Nick. Love you, man. Thanks for being here.
Love you too. Love y'all.
All right, Nukem. Kaboom.
Boom, boom, kaboom. Yes, this thing is going to be so salty and so good tonight that I brought a straw for the occasion. Let's get ready to suck this one up. It's going to be good.
I'm confused. Was that through your mouth or through your nose? Because now you've been hitting those bumps pretty lately, man.
Don't answer that question.
Oh, man. All right, how can we follow that one up? Dark Optimus, how's it going, man? What have you been playing?
Good, man. Just been playing some Darksiders 2, getting ready for Darksiders 3.
Lame.
Shut up, dude. Definitely want to get into Kingdom Hearts as well, because I haven't played those in a while, so I'm going to try to play those before 3 come out. Yeah, just been going hard at it on Darksiders 2, man.
Okay.
Lame.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah.
This man got against Darksiders. He's lame.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Darksiders. I don't know, man. I need to go back and play that game. Honestly, it's in Game
No, you
Pass.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I probably won't get to it.
It's
I'm going to assume that
it's
that
literally
native is
in
not
Game
one
Pass. You could just play it. Like, it's not even that big of a deal.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know.
He said it is.
It is what it is. Thanks
Have
for
you
being
ever
here, man.
played it?
Yes, I played both of them, and I hated my life while doing it.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I really like the game. The games are actually pretty fun, dude.
All right. Well, LBG, it's your second time here as a permanent member. How you doing, man?
Man, I feel amazing, man. Just chilling right now. I've been playing some games. Just finished the week 3 challenges on Fortnite. Been playing that. Been playing Zazmo Arcade Pack and Boss 101 from Downley Time Foundation. And watching Harry Potter movies with my daughter. You know,
There you go.
She hasn't watched them before, so you know, I'm really trying to get her into that. She's pretty much glued to the TV when it's on. So
Nice.
I'm doing the parenting
awesome.
thing right.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, you are.
Cool. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks
Punk,
for having me.
last but not least. What's up?
Man, what is up, everybody, man? My week's actually been pretty exciting. I guess you say finally hit that 385 in Destiny. Whoop, whoop for that. 'Cause that took fucking forever without
There
doing
you
the
go.
raid because the raid blows. But beyond that, I play that Assault Cactus shit or whatever. It's actually kind of fun. And it's funny. I'm sitting there looking at scores, like,
Thank
as
you.
you're going through, like, the leaderboards. I'm like, and then you can just kind of see where people stop playing. It's like they play like a couple levels and they're like, I guess I'm done now, because then it was just me on the leaderboard. I'm like, and I guess this is where I stop. And then
John Travolta meme comes in.
yeah, pretty much. And then obviously Salty Swim last night. Since I'm an alpha member, I got to do the Realm Royale alpha, so that's pretty cool. Obviously it's Fortnite without building, which I love.
Thank you.
So I'm already all in, and I'm not hating on Fortnite for all the Fortnite lovers out there. I can't get into the building thing. I will play it occasionally, and I just go in there and see how long I can last without building shit, because I suck.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. But it's funny. I put a little clip of when you die. Salty, I know a couple of you guys saw it. Native, like, you turn to this chicken. It's
Oh, I
hilarious.
saw
It's
it.
got, it's got like a beat to it, dude. Like it's catchy as hell. It's funny, dude. It's
A
awesome.
little clip,
So,
I saw a little fat thing going around with waving the white flag.
yeah, he's like,
Ah,
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
It's
That was pretty.
funny, dude. And everyone's like, "What the hell did I just watch?" Yeah, it was awesome, man. So they're doing a little update now. I think the servers are down, but I definitely want to hop back into that, and I can't wait for it to come out. I heard people saying it's coming out next week for everyone else to try, or we'll see.
Yeah.
Drops next week.
I just hope y'all get to try it out,
So
and then we can all.
let's piggyback off of that real quick. It's
All right.
It'll be our first topic. So the battle royale genre, it's hard to stand out. We've had some duds, right? We had a whole bunch of them, right? We've had some people try to come out and capitalize on the success of battle royale. They think it's just an easy, Cliffy B, shout out to him. They think it's an easy sell, right? Because you can make this game. It's not that much dev time. You pop the game out, boom, you're gonna have $1 billion in your pocket. But that's not necessarily the case, right? You have to stand out in this genre, and I think this Realm Royale has what it takes. And I'll say that because I think that so basically we had PUBG, right? And then PUBG did its own thing, and then Fortnite came out, and they started having building in there, and it was looking cartoony. And when I first saw it, I was like, man, this shit ain't gonna catch on, right? This kind of whack. But then we know what happened to it, right? But with Realm Royale, it's like different enough to stand out. And Punk was talking about it. You guys might not know it a lot about this game, but I watched videos on it. And there's different classes. You have mounts that you ride around, like in Paladins. You can have different mounts. So like you have a horse, or like there's a variety of things they can have. What else? The chicken, you get turned into a chicken. It's really whimsical, you know? So I think, personally, I was going to do a video on this, but I think the Realm Royale Battle Royale is going to be the next big thing in the market. I know some of you guys are kind of tired of the Battle Royale genre, but if you've taken a look at Realm Royale, like, do you guys think that I'm on track with my thoughts here, or do you think I'm full of shit? You'll probably say I'm full of shit, right? But like on this topic specifically, right? What do you guys think?
Well, you already know. I mean, for me, I'm not even huge on the battle. I played the PUBG.
Exactly.
It was a hotness, and I said everyone on this panel knows. Like, I'm like, man, I'm tired of this. Everyone's doing it, but this one was actually fun, man, and that to me speaks volumes.
Okay, so let's talk about that, Punk, because you definitely don't like Fortnite, right?
And again, I don't hate it. I will never get past the build, and it's the only thing holding me back.
So what stands out for that Realm Royale for you? Like, what's the addicting part of it, you know?
Like I said, it has the classes. Everything I did, like I said, different mounts. I mean, I still only had the horse and like the chicken when I went down, which obviously, if you don't know, that's how you can't res anybody. It's just like 30-second timer, and then it just counts down. And then if you get sniped from far and no one gets you, then you'll just pop right back up and keep going. So that's pretty cool. So if no one's around, you're not just like shit out of luck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool.
How's the gunplay on it?
The gunplay is good, man. It feels very similar to Fortnite. I usually tone mine down because I'm not quick at all. Out of all these great shooters out there and like turn around and like bust you in the head, but like the hit detection, everything's on point, man. It feels really great. And I only got to play like 3 because like the rounds, it was taking about give or take 2 to 4 minutes just to put you in a match. So I mean, it is the alpha, so I wasn't really making a big deal out of it.
You had some people ask you questions specifically about it, right? Because you're part of the insider program, and that's how you played it. Okay.
Lucky bastard.
But I did that. They did a couple months ago. I'm assuming it ended. They did the jump ahead, the skip ahead alpha ring. So I did that, and I just go back and I check it every once in a while. So when I got it yesterday, like I was telling you, I was like, oh, check that thing. But I guess you have to be the alpha. I did not know that. So anyone listening, you have to be the alpha just to be in the know.
Yeah, because I'm not in the alpha. And I wasn't even in the preview program, so I re-enlisted, and I still can't play that shit. So, rip.
Yeah, just to find out which one you're in, and then eventually over time, once you do the little surveys, and you spend some time in that app, you'll gain kind of like points, and you grow in level. And once you hit a certain level and certain time period passes by, they invite you into it. I think for the way that the alpha works, is someone who's already in the alpha has to vouch for you. Okay. I think that's how it works, and that's done through the forums as well. So it's a pretty extensive process, but it's neat.
For the record, so mine shows me the time in program. Mine says 4 years, 5 months, and I'd still just, like I said, I guess no one vouched for me, and just because I did that skip ahead, I got into it because I was that guy who was like, dude, what the hell do I have to do to get in this alpha? Because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I was right there with you, dude. The alpha skip ahead is where I'm at right now, and I'm loving it, dude. I love being on this bleeding edge of the new Xbox updates and everything, and then the access to the games. Did you get a chance to play Vigor? Because that's also another battle royale.
Yeah, I did.
game.
I started it up. I didn't do much because I didn't. I think
can Vigor really counted as a battle royale game?
It's an aspect of the game. That's what I'll say.
It's a lot of looting, right?
Yeah, there's looting, there's base building, and there's a battle royale perspective. Like
I would call it more a survival game or whatever. Well, that's stupid.
I think by their definition, based off of what I was watching, it's like a modified battle royale. It's very different though, It's not your traditional 100 people on the map. You die, you start over a new game. It's like you loot. You have a base where you can go into safe zones. You like have to make it out. There's drops, So in essence, you're going against other players that are looting as well. So in essence, it's a battle royale, but it's way different. It's a different take, So.
Yeah, it's not battle royale as we know it right now in the industry. It's a little something different. It definitely has a battle royale perspective. So, and you could say that it's just a PvP type experience, but it is something where it drops you into the world. I'm not sure how many players are dropped in at the same place, but yeah, going back to Realm Royale, Punk, I wanted to ask how many players are in that at one time in the game?
I think last night when I started, it was at 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like on the bottom of like the mini map, and it's kind of hard to see. I'm like, dude, like, where's the number? I was like looking all around the damn screen, so it took me a minute to even find it.
Gotcha.
So definitely weird. It was fun though, man. I enjoy it.
All right. Chat, type of 1 if you're interested in Realm Royale. Type of 2 if you don't give a shit. Anybody else have anything to say about this game? I know, Nick, you're a fan of the developer because you like Paladins and all the other shit they make. What do you think, man?
I'm going to play it and give it a shot. I'm kind of like hearing what Punk has said kind of makes me a little bit more relieved. Like I feel like I'll enjoy it a little bit more. I'm just still gonna go ahead and play it and keep my mind reserved because I'm kind of battle royale out after playing Fortnite tons of times.
That's cool. Hey, I mean, it's not for everybody. We're seeing a lot of twos there, so we'll move on. Depending on if anybody else.
Oh, thank God! I thought I was going to bring out the fucking gas mask here.
All right. We'll get to the topic that I know you're going to like, Noof, since you just sold your PS4. So there's a Spider-Man PS4 Pro console that just got announced, and it looks pretty slick. I'm not going to lie. It's like red with, isn't it? No, it's white with a red.
It's red with
white Spider-Man on it.
Okay, yeah, something like that, right? Nick, you said that there's a slim version too, right?
Yep.
What?
That's what I heard from him. Yep. So if it's wrong, you DM Nick on Twitter and say you're.
Yeah, they just haven't shown it off yet.
So if this is the case, I think I might pull the trigger on the PS4 Slim. I'm not buying that Pro shit.
That's what I'm saying. We're 100.
So, Noof, what do you think of the console, and what made you sell yours? And like you were saying earlier, do you think you'll regret it?
Well, let's just start why I got rid of my PlayStation 4. Just because I'm already I'm just overwhelmed with the amount of games I have to play. I've got so much backlog on my Xbox. And to me, the PS4 and having an Xbox One, they feel like almost like twins in a sense. The games themselves look nearly identical on both platforms. They pretty much have virtually the same lineup with the exception of, the exclusives that each one will bring to the table. And there was a lot of clutter. I had the PSVR. There was so many wires. There's just a lot of clutter, and I just kind of got tired of it. I wasn't really playing. Once I beat God of War, my interest kind of dropped off completely. So it's like, I'm going to get rid of it and pick back up the Nintendo Switch, because the Nintendo Switch does have a lot of unique titles that I wanted to play. And being able to take some really cool games anywhere I want to go is just a value proposition that I can't stress enough. But anyway, in terms of the new console, I think it's dynamite. I mean, I think it looks really good. If you're a Spider-Man fan, I don't know how you wouldn't like it. With saying that, it does feel like there's something missing. Like they could have done more. I think it could have used some blue. I think especially for the Pro with that middle plate going through the middle, that could have been blue. I think they could have put some rubber gripping on the controller instead of having it all white and red. Maybe put the blue buttons on or something, or at least the blue face buttons. Like there could have been a few things, or even they could have complemented, the big white spider on the top. They could have put sort of like a graphic web design behind it, like looking like webbing, something like that, just to make it look a little more special. To me, again, it's cool, but it oozes it basically looks to me again like a 10-year-old kid took a sticker out of a box. There feels like there's no real thought. I mean, there was a lot more thought put into the God of War one, but I find no offense, the God of War one to me looked fucking ugly. But at least there was a little bit more thought put into that one, with the design. So that's my take. It's going to be cool. It's going to sell. It's already selling out all over the place, on online. You can't even pre-order the thing. At least I have. I've seen most of them sold out. So I mean, it's another way for PlayStation to recycle the PS4, recycle the PS4 Pro heading into the fall season. It's going to boost their bottom lines. There's no question about it. PlayStation is going to win another MPD come September month for hardware, hands down. I mean, it's crazy how many people just jump for things like this, and you got to wonder why isn't Microsoft stepping it up a little bit more and doing more with the Xbox One X or even the base model S. We haven't seen an Xbox One custom console since the Minecraft one, and that was ages ago. So get on top of it here, man.
Let's so I want to follow your statements up real quick, because I've been an Xbox owner for a long time. I've tried to tell people this, and then finally I pulled the trigger on the Switch because my family, right? My kid, and then the portable options. And it's honestly been one of the best purchases I've made in a while, because just the games that are coming out. I play with my wife and my kid on Fortnite, and now Paladins is on there, and Mario and Zelda, the list, and then Splatoon. I've enjoyed all those games. But I put the statement on Twitter. I said the best combo, if you're only having two, of two consoles is the Xbox One X and the Switch. And I know that's going to make a lot of people salty, but that's what we're here for, You talk about the Xbox One X, you got your AAA multiplats covered with graphics, right? you can't beat the power of the X and how well made that console is. And then you got this Switch, it has the first party covered and then the portability covered. You know what I'm saying? So that combination is second to none, in my opinion. And you could DM me on Twitter if you want to have a conversation otherwise, but I think it's that way. And then another thing I wanted to say is if I purchased a PS4, I don't have enough time in the day already for all the games that I have on both systems. So I'm thinking, I'm like, if I buy a PlayStation, how the fuck am I going to play all these games, and how am I going to pay for them? Do you understand? So I don't understand how all these people have 3 consoles and they get through their games and they're able to do adult life and function through the day and get
100%.
sleep. You know? So,
I manage.
All right, one guy on fucking Earth can do it.
So we have 3 console owners here, right? We have LBG and we have Punk, right? How do you guys feel about having 3 consoles? It's definitely affected your wallet, I know that, but how you just have to pick and choose your games because obviously you can't play it all, right?
I mean, I primarily play on the Xbox, like everybody knows. Whenever an exclusive comes through for the Switch, I play that, but mostly my daughter holds on to that. As soon as I was done with Mario Odyssey, I went ahead and passed it back to her. So I'll take it back once Metroid Prime 4 drops. Same thing with the PS4. Actually, my PS4 is just a glorified Blu-ray until an exclusive drops. I mean, once Last of Us comes back out, I'll probably be on that until I get to the end, just like when I played God of War 4. Okay, but so, I mean, I like I said, I keep it pretty much on the X1X.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know, because up to this point, I haven't pulled the trigger on the PlayStation because I've heard that exact thing from people, right? I have a PlayStation, it just sits and collects dust. I don't want to make a big purchase like that and not have my purchase warranted. You know, I play my Switch every day pretty much, and my kid plays it. But is it going to be the same thing for the PlayStation? Because if so, like I almost bought the God of War PlayStation, but it was ugly as hell, so I didn't do it, right? It just, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll end up doing, buying the PlayStation because I just don't have the time, honestly. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Punk, what do you think?
No, you're absolutely right. And Lazy Black hit it right on the head. Like my PS4, it literally just sits there. And then like I have those days, I don't know, something kind of like Noof does, like since it's sitting there, like, dude, why don't I just sell this thing? I don't play it. Yeah. But then like I said, when that God of War dropped or not, I want to have the system there just for these exclusives because I don't want to miss out on any great games. It's like I bought my PC because at the time I wanted to do YouTube and I still want to, but that's on the back burner right now. That's a whole nother subject. But I mean, if I ever did want to dip into it, again, we live in the world of options, so that's what it's there for, is just for me to have it. So in case that thing does drop that I really want to play, so I just have it. But I absolutely agree with you. If you buy it, as you play Spider-Man, it'll probably just sit there.
And not to mention as well, the other dilemma I had was now I'm paying for Xbox Live. With PlayStation, you got PlayStation Plus. Now you're going to have it online for Nintendo. So all of a sudden you got 3 services you got to pay for just to play games. And then people are buying the Game Pass. They're getting the EA access. They're getting this. And all of a sudden, like, your wallet is just constantly being drained. And people don't get that. Well, yes, $10 or $12, phenomenal value. When you start adding up 4, 5, 6, or 7 services, you're going, holy hell, man! Like, I can't keep up with it.
Well, since the most of the games that are coming out for PlayStation that are exclusives are single player games, you don't technically have to buy PlayStation Plus to play those games. No. So I mean, you're okay there, unless you want to play online. I don't know why you would. I mean, I haven't bought PlayStation Plus in over a couple of years now, so I mean, I don't have a reason to own that. To go back to the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man, I mean, it's all right. I mean, it's not like the best one that they've come out with. It's not the worst one to come out with. I think the worst one that they came out with was the Call of Duty one. Exactly. That looked terrible.
Camo and the controller camo, that was ridiculous.
It's just like, but I also think that they could have done something with the controller with this one. They could have, done something cool, like with putting Spider-Man on it, or putting a spider on the back of the controller, or something, something cool with the controller to make it stand out and make it really have people want to buy this console, even though a lot of people are still buying it. I think for us, a lot of us who are hardcore gamers, we're kind of like, it's whatever.
The guy that designs these PS4s, it still has his job because these are jobs, man.
Well, that's why he has his job, is because he just does the minimalistic thing to make the console look different, and then they sell it. They sell it like hotcakes because PlayStation is at the top right now.
Now, we got plenty of guys, like even on Twitter alone, that do some great designs, and they always
but you notice that
thousands of followers. Like, why haven't these people been picked up?
Well, it's because they do it mostly for Xbox. If you're gonna cater yourself to one platform, then you're gonna be looked at as being only for that platform. And most companies, when they look at this, because I'm sure somebody at Sony has seen those designs and they were like, oh, that's cool. I wish we had that over here, but this guy looks like he's gonna be more part of Xbox than he would be part of Sony, of PlayStation. So we're not gonna try to hire this dude. It's just that kind of thing. I mean, a lot of people probably would go for the money, but the company's looking at it from their perspective, like, well, this guy represents Xbox more. We're not gonna, let's hire this dude. Yeah,
if PlayStation and Sony were smart, they'd look to Reddit for that kind of stuff, because on Reddit, the subreddit for the PlayStation 4, it's riddled with graphic artists and graphic designers that come up with concepts for the console and everything when a new exclusive drops, and those things are amazing. I mean, they look really damn good. So
didn't Xbox just get in trouble not too long ago from stealing something from Reddit?
They took the PUBG one that somebody had created on Reddit. They literally copied it and pasted it, and they got into some trouble for it from the graphic designer. But I mean, if you're gonna look to Reddit and everything like that, be respectful and contact the artist and say, hey, we want to use your design, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they just don't seem like they're doing that. They're just kind of doing their own thing. As far as the Spider-Man PlayStation 4, I would have liked some more texture on it, because I feel like that's where they really stand out. If they would have put a texturized webbing on it or something,
that would have been sick.
Similar to the Gears of War console, where they had the scratch marks, that was texturized. You could feel you can feel those laser burns. A texturized, so they could have done so much by just adding a little bit of texture to it.
Blue webbing grips on the controller,
something like
simple.
that.
It's like it's pretty much no thought went into it.
Real quick, let me cut you off. Gotta pay the bills. Alan Savage with the $20 make you holler. Hit that like button for a great panel. Pass the salt.
Make you holler.
Hashtag pass the salt, and I credit that to Nintendo Direct.
Like I said, it's a good thing that the PS4 Pro isn't white on the top, white on the bottom, and red in the middle, because it looked like a giant maxi pad.
Oh my gosh, man! I'll just say it like this: I want to get this PS4. I'm gonna get the Slim, because, like you guys have all said, like the only thing I'm going to do with this PS4 is play the exclusives, and that's it. And so I feel like if you were to get one, it'd be a good time to get one, because we're kind of toward the end of these console cycles, so you can actually go back and play some of these exclusives that you haven't played yet. And that's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. Would be a good time to do it. Only thing is for cost effectiveness, I'm only going to get the Slim. I'm not going to get the Pro. Just get the Slim, because I'm only going to be playing God of Wars. And
I'm gonna need you to send me the link for this Slim version, because
I put it in the chat. I'll put it right now in this chat too.
Do it.
I mean, that's what I told him when he told me about it. I'm like,
because I haven't seen it.
It's confirmed there's a Slim version out there.
Has anybody else heard about this Slim version?
It's going to be $299 instead of $399. So,
is it similar to the?
It's pretty much the exact same Pro version. It's just Slim version. Same design, everything.
Same design, everything.
One less layer.
Yeah, it is what it is. I think that the
One
quality's
less layer.
been lowered, so the bar's been set so low that this one kind of stands out for me, since the other ones weren't that good. So I don't know. I'd rather get a different looking PlayStation than just a regular one. So if I do pull the trigger, it might be on this one. Who knows? Yeah, check out that article that Nick put in the chat. I don't know. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. If he's wrong, make sure you DM him on Twitter. Let him know.
All I see is PS4 Pro. Come on, Nick, stop that line.
I want to see
the
him.
article.
I see PS4.
I want
I
to
see
see
PS4, but it's jet
flat
black.
out
I see.
public tweets.
It says
Yeah.
jet black.
Ooh.
It doesn't say like it's.
I want to see flat out public tweets to Nick just saying #fraud.
Okay,
That's
go
it.
ahead. Right here it says PS4 Slim limited edition game console is cheaper than PS4 Pro. Costs $100 less. It's out there.
Shinso said the way I understand it is the Slim version is only available in Europe. So we're hearing all kinds of shit, right?
Well, somebody in Europe, ship me that thing real quick. Daz, hook me up, bro.
So
Daz.
if it is just the Pro, I ain't buying it. I'll just
I mean that's the only thing. That's the only way I'm gonna get is if it's the Slim. That's the only way. But if it's the Pro, I'll pass.
Camo PS4.
I mean, I could just go get a PS4 for $200 and $150 for somebody who's selling it at work. I'll just do that.
Yeah, there you go.
What's wrong with you guys? You don't like fat consoles?
My computer's vacuuming again. Sorry. Anyways, it's struggling. You know, I got to wind it up before we start the podcast.
It's from 1850.
Like a Jack in the Box.
Right. So anyway, No Man's Sky. Let's get on to this real quick, and then we'll move on. Because I know not a lot of people are interested in it, but it's weird how many people I saw on my friends list playing this game. And how many people were talking about it. IGN's doing comparison videos. It's like the days of old, right? It feels like I got it in a time machine, 2 years ago, and, my kid's screaming. Sorry about that. So, what do you guys think of No Man's Sky, like, getting all this press? Do you think they deserve it? Like, what is this situation? I've never really seen it with a game that, failed so hard, but then they come back to the drawing board, and then they they release some of these, what is it, like an expansion, I guess you would call it, and then it's just all over the media, and all these gamers have hard-ons for this game. Like, what's up with this, guys?
I mean,
I think it's more along the lines of No Man's Sky still, simply for the fact that it's still that resource type of management. I know I said in our little hangout that it was
It's funny.
resource grabbing or whatever. Yeah, I meant resource management, but yeah, I mean it's just it's still the same game. It's just polished, and it has some space battles to it. From what I've seen, it doesn't really look any much different. I don't, I played when No Man's Sky came out, just to try it. And I just couldn't do it, man. I can't play a game which is just all pretty much resource management.
Okay, but have you played it with the update though?
No, I haven't played it with update. Now I've seen stuff from the update that I was like, that's cool, but that's not enough for me to go in and play this game. So I mean, I've seen enough to be like, okay, yeah.
I mean, personally, I like it. It's a game that was originally on the PS4, finally came over to Xbox, and Xbox players have been wanting it even before all of the updates that it's gotten. And I think it's nothing but good news for Xbox players. That means we might get even more PS4 exclusive games brought over.
Well, it wasn't actually technically a PS4 exclusive because it never said PlayStation 4 exclusive on the box.
Really?
Only play on PlayStation. Nope, it never said that. So most of the games that come out that are coming out are, if you look at the boxes, they do not say only on PlayStation 4. Some of them do say PlayStation 4 console exclusive, so technically maybe they might come to Xbox, but I doubt it.
Dark's damage controlling for PlayStation. It's okay.
No, I'm just saying that if it said only PlayStation.
Hey, we gotta admit something, Dark. Okay, the way that they market these games. Is
go ahead and get into it. Yep, okay. Get into it.
No, it is.
You're talking about like wording on a box. The way that they talk about some of this shit, like what was it? Resident Evil 2 remake. A lot of people didn't even think that game was coming to other consoles. So,
well, that's because they never advertise it.
Well, Sony never says anything about it. No. I've never even heard them say timed exclusive. They just say, "Hey, it's coming out." And is it coming out on Xbox?
No, because you know why? They want people to come and buy it on their console first, even though they know it's coming to the Xbox. They know it's coming to the Xbox 2 years or a year down the line.
Xbox. At least they say timed exclusive or console exclusive.
But
how many
don't you
people
still
actually
think that's kind of shady though?
Exclusive.
How many people actually thought No Man's Sky was a PlayStation exclusive back in the day? I have my hand up right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type
No, I mean
one.
I did too. I'm just saying that from that perspective of like what LPG is saying is that, you know, he's saying that there's more exclusives coming from PlayStation, which isn't technically the case because on the boxes they've never said that especially No Man's Sky has never said that it was a only on PlayStation game, because it was also on PC as well. But I mean, most of those games that are like Ni no Kuni too, that's probably going to come to Xbox because it's also on PC.
Well, okay,
Shit,
so
we need
if
Ni no
you,
Kuni 1 then.
it's basically a wording
We should.
thing, right? If it's a true
Yeah, it is.
exclusive, if it's a true exclusive, it's not going to come over to the other platform because that's the definition, right? But like the way that they make it sound, it's kind of just a wording thing because people would say, "Hey, Xbox has no games because we have this game and we have that game, we have Crash, we have, you know, this game," and all of a sudden they all start coming over to Xbox. That's why it's like, you know, people are saying, "Hey, we're getting those PlayStation exclusives," and I think it's just because it was generated as such and the fans thought it was an exclusive.
Right, and it's shady. It's absolutely shady. I don't like what they do over there, where their practices of you know, saying what is an exclusive, what's not an exclusive. You know, it's definitely very like, you know, cut and dry. You know, it's like, oh, okay, is it gonna come to Xbox or not?
Yeah,
You know,
when did No Man's Sky originally come out? Last year or 2016?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
it's like, wow, that's a long time to hold on to a game.
Real talk, man.
It's just a bunch of. It's honestly like this. This day and age with the timed exclusive, console exclusive, launch exclusive, you know, those things are just a bunch of misnomers for this game's coming out on ours first. That's literally all that it is. I mean, I don't understand why people get so worked up over it. If it doesn't strictly say this is an exclusive to this console, then you should always take it with a grain of salt that, hey, it's, you know, it's most likely going to come to another console or come to another platform.
Well, I think I was saying about what's it, Guacamelee 2. Like I first played that on a 360, and then I was waiting like hell for Guacamelee 2, and then they finally give it a release date, and I'm like, okay, what about the Xbox One? And they don't even have anything to say about it right now. Like,
yeah, no.
What were you to say?
I was just going to say that, you know, I think that when the game first came out, and obviously with the amount of hype and publicity it had, and then it kind of hit rock bottom in a hurry, I think Sean Murray and his dev team, I think they took a nice long look in the mirror and took some time away. I mean, Sean Murray basically went from being like the poster boy for Sony for a long time, riding up to the game, and then all of a sudden he disappeared completely from the radar. So I think they took some time off, reevaluated the game, probably came back and said, you know what, the game still has tons of potential. We never ever did reach our plateaus on a lot of our goals, so let's remarket this game. There still could be some life in it, and see if this game strikes a chord with gamers. And it does appear like it seems to have found a bit of a second wind. I'm still not on board with it. I mean, I had it for my PlayStation, and it was just, there was something so ho-hum. There's a lot of cool about the game, but it's just something that just didn't grab me, and I was like, I'm not going to play this game. You know what I mean? So I mean, I like where they're going with it. They got some really cool updates and stuff like that, but I'm past No Man's Sky. You know, if I ever do give it another try, it's going to have to be in a bargain bin, because I'm damn well not paying the asking price for it right now. No hell way.
Was it? So it's like what, $50?
Hey, did you guys hear the price difference?
That would have been
no way.
It would have been a decent Game Pass game.
2 years later, $50.
100% Game Pass game. Put it in Game Pass and I'll play it, bruh. And it'll be, I guarantee you, put in Game Pass, it'll be way successful in Game Pass.
So real quick. Xbox, it's $50, and I think PlayStation, it's what, 20?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that it's like, $20 on PlayStation? Yeah, it's so crazy.
Did PlayStation get the update for free?
Yeah, they did.
That sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks donkey balls.
Like
don't you have
just
all
made it
$50
on both consoles? People would have paid it, right? I mean, or it needs to be the same. It's interesting, but
politics.
Just to let you guys know, the Xbox One X is definitely the best place to play this game. I saw it running in 4K, and it looks a lot better than when it came out. They have the third-person mode, so you can actually see what you have on and what your character looks like. You can play multiplayer. It is a better game. I've never seen a game on this level that failed so hard make a comeback, and I get props.
Oh, that's me. My bad.
I give props to Native's kids for having such great lungs. No, I give props to the developers for not taking the money and running, because they could have, right? They could have just said, "Hey, our game failed. Let's take this money. Let's go to the beach. You know, drink some Mai Tais on the beach and forget about it." They probably wouldn't.
Seems like
they probably wouldn't have made another.
They could have pulled
game,
a Coling,
you know. But yeah,
they could have pulled a Coling.
Yeah, sir, Friday the 13th, ditch you for all you can get, and then fucking run for the hills.
Exactly. Yep. But so anyway, on the Xbox One X, if you guys are interested, $50. You can play it in 4K 30 or 1440p, 60 frames a second. I think that's awesome. We're starting to see a lot more titles use the options of, you know, resolution or frame rate mode. And I personally pick 60 FPS all the way every time. I did it with Tomb Raider and Gears of War, and I will pick it every time. You give me an option to pick 60 frames per second, I'm all about it. You know?
Yep, frame rate 100%.
So it's interesting. We'll move on to the next topic unless you guys have anything to say.
Nope.
What was that? It sounded like a door from Resident Evil.
I know, right?
Watch your back, dude.
This game gets the squeaky door outro.
Shout out to Lady Foxfire in the chat. Thanks for being here. So there's a story here. Sony says they're justified with their relatively off E3 presser by saying that it's the consequence of showing exclusives so early in development.
Boo-hoo.
You guys think that holds water? Like, this goes...
Hell no.
It goes both ways, right? It's either these companies are showing it too early, or they're not giving us any information, you know? It's kind of a half-ass excuse to me. What do you guys think?
I think I'd rather have some information over no information at all, you know?
So you just want to have the same information over the next 3 years?
No, I mean, as long as they show us, like, you know, I don't, you know, I'm not into
Progress.
like being like, oh, you know, you need to show me it every year what the process of it is. I just need to see it once, and then, you know, maybe 2 years or 3 years down the line, or well, mostly like 2 years down the line, show some more stuff. You know, just you don't have to show it all every year, you know. You don't have to show something.
Well, they definitely showed that damn Final Fantasy remake way too early, because what they showed that in 2013, 2014?
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's I mean, that's that right there.
Bullshit.
It should have been shown already. You know, that you know, 2 years or 3 years, you know, like, show it already. You know, that game should have been shown.
Broski says, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think that's the case here.
That's the case in all these E3s, dude. Like every company, because, like, think about it, E3 didn't get like so like publicized like as much as it is until as of recently. So like all the gamers and everybody has access to it. Remember, we used to not have a whole lot of access to E3 other than what we saw maybe on a video here or on I can't remember that TV channel that used to always have coverage on or on G4 whatever. So like now that it's been more publicized and gamers can actually watch and they can get all their news from it like right off the bat, it's kind of a, you know, like you said, damned if you do, damned if you don't, because now they have to show something or they feel the pressure to show something. If they don't, they get bashed for not showing enough, and if they show it too early, they get bashed for showing it too early. So it's really just whatever.
Nick, you're a Nintendo guy, right? Didn't Nintendo get smashed for showing their directs and then not having shit at E3?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just the point of the whole thing. Like, they're gonna get smashed either way. Whatever they do, because like this generation of gamers and gamers in general are just not patient.
I mean, there's pretty much nothing to do at the Nintendo. I mean, in my opinion, I'm not a big Nintendo guy like Nick. So, but I mean, there's pretty much nothing to do at the Nintendo booth but stand in line for hours for swag.
Stand in line for hours for Smash, you know. But like I said, like it just comes down to the fact that damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because like if they show, like I said, they show something and then it's not good enough, people are gonna burn them. And if they don't show anything and it wasn't enough, they're gonna get burned.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. I guess it's
but for them to say, oh, it was poor because we showed stuff too early, like
That's
that's a cop out. It was poor because it was poor. Because I mean, how many games did Xbox show and they got praise? And I mean,
the biggest disappointment comes overall for any of us game fans is, look, we've seen delays turn into fabulous games, you know what I mean, where games weren't looking so good and then go through some delays and then turn out to be decent. The ultimate problem is I still think they shouldn't show stuff too early. It's more detrimental to the game. It builds hype, and I get that's why they do it. It's to keep people from jumping ship. But the problem is when it's too far out as well, the game starts to lose a little bit of its momentum, aka I'll use Crackdown for an example, where there's a lot of people now that are not even sure how they feel about the game anymore because it's gone through so many hoops, and we're still not even sure where the hell this game is as far as coming out next year. But with saying that, like maybe there should be a certain percentage where the game has to be at least a certain way through development before they say, okay, I think now we can start to show it off. I mean, when a game is an early concept design, much like Final Fantasy or things like that, Shenmue 3 is another one. You know, they came out and teased that one and got the Kickstarter, and we virtually heard nothing from it since. It's bad. But when a game gets ultimately canceled, that's when it's really bad, right? Like, I mean, the obvious one that comes to mind is Scalebound. We got so many fans excited, and then it finally gets like totally kiboshed. I mean, I'd rather a delayed game take an extra 2 years, but eventually come out than have a really cool looking game be talked about, and then they just throw it in the garbage bin.
Well, that's the thing. From what you said, Nuve, the whole canceled, not having a game being canceled. A lot of these people jump to conclusion that these games are canceled, or they're going to be canceled because they haven't seen anything on them. And It's like, that's not the case at all. Like, they showed the game too early, probably, more than likely they showed the game too early, and the game wasn't ready for it to really be shown off. That notion of having, these games being shown every year, I don't get that. But I mean, also I would like to see something besides, these 6 years or 7 years or even sometimes 10 years out where we see something on the game.
I like what Dingo Empire brought up in the chat about how Bethesda's been doing it, where they basically just do a show, boom, here's the game, and like 6 months to a year later, you got it, man. Like, boom, it's there. People don't even know.
Bethesda's just really good at what they do. Honestly, the way Todd Howard approaches all of it, it's so consumer friendly, honestly, man. Like the way that he approaches, we're going to show you this game and then we're going to release it towards the end of the year, that same year. It's such an amazing company.
How crazy
I
would
also
it be
think
if they took that approach with, like, say, a game like Halo? They're like, hey, we're dropping this, and it's like 6 months later. That'd be sick, man. I'd love it. I think that
really would be.
Some of these games have the clout to do that, man. You drop it. Ashtray Gaming with the $7.99. I can't say it after that because it's not even. $7.99 super chat. Great community, awesome panel. T.S.G.P rules. Thank you, brother. I know you just lost your job,
Thanks,
so
man.
I appreciate that. You're going to be finding an even better job, my friend. So thank you for that.
You have been blessed.
Yes. So where were we? Anyway,
the Bethesda.
Yeah, Bethesda.
Well, I think Bethesda and only a certain amount of companies could actually get away with doing it like that.
That's true.
Like I don't think every company could be like, oh yeah, we're coming out with this game this year. But people would be like, oh, what?
They just have to have that I don't know, that cloud, I guess. You have to have.
That's also the type of game as well. It's also the type of game as well. I mean, you look at Elder Scrolls. That was what, like, how long has it been since freaking Skyrim?
Oh gosh!
Oh my god!
I think
I was a little boy in. I'll wait.
We also know what happens, guys. We also know what happens when companies don't announce games either. Like we saw this year with Xbox, where a lot of fans were ready to jump ship until E3. So keep that in mind.
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true.
It is what it is. You can be happy or sad based off of the way that your console company of choice approaches their, procedures and policies when it comes to announcing games. But we'll see how it works out for everybody. It was just an interesting topic. I'd like to hear people's thoughts and viewpoints regarding it. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Hellblade, the game Native was playing. He's talking about.
Oh yeah.
We all know that Ninja Theory got acquired by Microsoft. Apparently, they're going to be making a VR game that's going to be going to Oculus, but it's not going to be going to PSVR. And there's some backlash, guys. A lot of PlayStation fanboys feel betrayed. Okay,
bring on that salt. Bring on that salt.
Pour the salt. Pour it. Let's go.
I mean, until he said that, I did not think about it that way. Like they got acquired by Microsoft, and now they're not working on a PSVR version. What they said the reason was because they didn't think the PS4 would be powerful.
No, the PSVR is not powerful enough. That's just a plain and simple. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a baseline. It's like the minimum VR system, and I know Supersonic, you're out there somewhere. Me and him go back and forth because I said, I say the VR is dead, and he loves VR. So shout out to him. We got a super chat from Face23BKNY. Sony is not shy of showing games 2 to 3 years out, so they holding some games back for sure to show at next E3. Thanks for that super chat.
I hope so.
Me too. But yeah, with the PSVR situation, they made this baseline VR system so they could get games out, but honestly, it's just not up to par when you compare it to Oculus and some of these higher end rigs. So Ninja Theory is saying it's not powerful enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to meet our requirements, and then all these fanboys come out of the woodworks on Twitter and start blasting them. How dare you guys? You sold out. You got acquired by Microsoft, and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? And they're just like, whoa, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the issue. It's just a power thing.
It's not a fanboy issue. It's not a console versus console issue. It's specifically just a, specifications issue. It's not going to run. It's not strong enough. They said that they barely got it to run on high-end rigs. Like that says something, dude. If they can barely get something to run on a high-end rig that you're gonna probably drop $3,500 on, $4,000, et cetera, et cetera. No, I don't know how much they are, but I think that's the ballpark for it.
So
yeah, like it's
rich people.
Basically, if you're not rich, you can't play it.
I don't really play VR. I don't have a high-end PC. I had PSVR for a few months, and it just really wasn't my thing. So a normal person like me really wouldn't know the difference. If I was a big Sony guy and I was super into Hellblade on the PS4, I would probably feel some type of way too.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a way for the fanboys to start attacking a dev that was acquired by Microsoft.
Look. I'll just say this way. Like, one, they went out and told you that it's not a console versus console thing. They genuinely said, hey, this cannot run on your VR. It's too weak. But even if it was a console versus console thing, like, so what? Get over it. Like, Sony could have bought Ninja Theory a while ago and acquired them, but they didn't. Microsoft did. So now, like, even if it was, it's none of your business. Like, you get over it. That's my best take on it. Like, Sony could have had them if they wanted them, but they didn't.
You need to be the new Sony spokesperson.
So, anyway,
nailed it.
VR is dead. Do we have any more thoughts before we move on?
I mean, VR is out. VR is gone, bro.
It's just the way the business is. People buy other companies. Let's just call it what it is. We bought them. We have them. Not trying to sound fanboyish by saying we, but Microsoft, and fucking we'll move forward.
Wait. Let me ask this: Would it have been possible for them to make a lower end version for the PS4?
I mean, it would. Maybe it would have been possible, but they feel like it's not worth their time. If that makes sense. So.
Yeah. Well, if Panic Button can put Wolfenstein on the Switch, I'm pretty sure those guys can put Hellblade on the friggin' PSVR. But I mean, the PSVR, you got to also remember, has a lot of different dynamics about it as opposed to a standard console conversion. Do you know what I mean? Because you're looking at time and space, different audio. There's a lot of factors that go into VR programming that make it very tough to do traditional games without some sort of a platform where you have full 360-degree movement. And you also got to remember that that the PSVR compared to the other competitors in the VR space has a much lower resolution and a lower frame buffer, which makes, you know, for a bit of a dizzying experience at times. And I know because I had one. So
and you sold it. What
and
was
it's
your
gone.
Yeah.
Damn, sold. You had to drive that home,
Well,
didn't you?
Dude, you can't.
Sold it.
I can't play it here in the summertime. I'd be sweating more than a pig in heat, man. Like, it's terrible. You got a fucking disco set on your head. And you're like, oh my god, water's just dripping. You know?
Yeah.
Like Nick said, like it takes time and resources to do. If they were to like take something out of the game and like and do a development specifically for that PSVR, it takes time and money, and I'm pretty sure like they are moving on past this game. Like they have better things to do and more things to work on now that they are acquired by Microsoft. So I'm pretty sure like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Sorry, we don't have much time. We're moving on. Like that's the best way to look at it. I think that's what they're doing.
I have another question, and it's in the same realm, but it's just coming from a different perspective. Do you think that Microsoft is pushing Ninja Theory to make a VR game for higher end rigs? You know, because you're gonna run them on it's gonna be sold through the Microsoft Store, possibly through Steam as well, but they're gonna push it through Microsoft Store, and it's gonna be played with, you know, various VR systems, but ultimately it's gonna be played on Windows PCs. So, I mean, do you think it's possible that Microsoft is kind of pushing them to release this high-end?
I think it could be possible. VR? It could be, but I in the end, so what? Like, it's their right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they own them, right? They basically own the company.
Yeah, so what? It's their right. If they did, they did. And if Microsoft said, hey, it's only coming out for our PC and not PSVR, and they said that, then you just got to get over it. Like I said, Sony could have bought them, but they didn't.
True.
Yeah, just because I'm only asking because I know that Microsoft and Xbox have stated we're not moving into VR for Xbox because it's just not where we're headed. That's not what we're really looking at right now. So for them to come out with the PSVR version, it's like right after getting picked up by Microsoft, it's like, okay, Microsoft, what are you doing? Are you pushing VR for PCs then? What's the draw here? Like what? I'm just doing some more critical thinking on the whole situation just because it.
And remember, beyond consoles, PCs have the largest install base of any particular platform. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm sure they're watching very closely at how. I mean, they know what it takes for a PC rig to really run VR effectively, and they're paying very close attention to how many people are willing to go out and buy said $1,200, $1,500 PC to buy these rigs. So I think there's a lot of financial things that Microsoft is closely looking at. Going, is it worth it to bring this over to the console space? Sony has tried it, and Sony's been modestly successful. But look, nobody here, despite the massive 80 million install base in PSVR, they haven't exactly been blowing the light off with the thing. People aren't exactly running down to their store with their pants off trying to buy a PSVR. I mean, yeah, they had their little spurts here and there, especially when they dropped the price. But like again, VR is still not the talk of the town. People aren't just like, oh, I got to get a VR, like, you know, because if VR was all that in a bag of chips, everybody would fucking own a PS4 right now and a PlayStation VR, and that's the bottom line. But it's not.
It's the facts. And then I've been getting messages from multiple people in the chat, and they're telling me about, you know, the next gen system being focusing on in VR, and there's specs out for this PSVR 2 and all this other shit. Here's the deal: if PlayStation 5 focuses on the VR system, I think it's going to be a colossal failure for PlayStation. Okay,
you lose.
I think that it's like I said, it's a niche, and they're focusing so much time and effort and resources on a peripheral, and it just reminds me all over about the Kinect and the way Xbox did
I was gonna say that Kinect.
Excuse me, Salty. It's niche, not niche. Yeah. All right.
So anyway, niche. Whatever it is, it's dead. Okay, so if you guys are excited about it, it's cool. I'll take a look at that, the stuff you guys sent me a little bit later, but we're gonna move on. This is my
first time. Oh yeah, go ahead. Okay,
we're gonna move on because it is what it is. That's enough VR talk for the night, in my opinion. Here, so Games with Gold was announced today. I fucked up my video, so that was fun. I did one earlier and it cut it off, and I had to redo it. It was annoying. But anyway, we got the announcement of the Games with Gold, and it's actually a pretty good month, to be honest with you guys. Did you guys take a look at the offerings by chance?
I did.
We got
Absolutely.
Forza Horizon 2, the 10th Anniversary Edition, and then we got For Honor, the Standard Edition, and then for 360 we got Dead Space 3, and then Disney Epic Mickey 2. Your favorite.
That's actually a pretty cool list.
Yeah.
It's a great list,
Yeah, it's
dude.
pretty nice.
So
It's a
A lot
great.
of variety there.
yeah, the surprising one for me was the For Honor announcement. That game didn't come out too long ago, and it has like a player base of like 12 million now.
Yeah, going strong.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, it's still going strong. It had its rough patches, but from what I've heard, the game is a lot of fun. There's one of my coworkers actually. That's all he plays right now is just For Honor. That's all he's played since the
It's a fun game,
patched
man.
it and they upgraded it. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I've been
So I'm
noticing
interested.
Microsoft having a pretty good relationship with Ubisoft in these Game with Gold games.
Yeah.
It's true, man. I've been seeing some stuff like that, and it's kind of making me look a little crooked, man. I'm like, hey, what's going on over there?
I have
across all
to
the
take with the Forza Horizon 2 because I asked somebody on Twitter earlier. I was like, wait a minute, didn't we already get Forza Horizon 2? Because I didn't know at first at the time.
No,
I didn't
we
know
got,
that there was a 360 version that we did get last year because I was sure I already owned
They
it.
gave us Forza Horizon, the 360 one, yeah. The
Yeah,
original.
they gave us Forza Horizon, and they gave us Forza Motorsport 6. That's what we have with
Are
Games
you
with Gold.
sure?
No, 5,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Was it 5?
5. I don't think it was 6.
Oh yeah, it was 5.
No,
it was
not
5.
But no, I mean, I could have swore. I mean, I can look at my library right now. I could have swore that we got Forza Horizon 2 on the 360 last year.
You know what? I think you're lying, so I'm gonna need you to do that right now, LBG.
I'm on it.
Hold on, just a quick statement here. I've got to take off right now. Some stuff just came up.
All right.
I have to take off, but it was a hell of a lot of fun being back on TSGP. I missed the hell out of you guys and the chat. You guys are always amazing. Let's get those likes up, man. I want to see more likes. I want to see more engagement. Let's go.
All the way
But
up.
until then, man.
Yes, sir.
Until then, I will
Okay,
catch
yeah,
you
I
guys
am lying.
next Thursday.
all right, later.
I knew it.
All right, see you later.
Peace.
Later, fraud.
Freaking
Later,
fraud.
guys.
So yeah, they,
Much love.
Later, relevant.
I think the Forza game is put in there on purpose to kind of drum up excitement for the new Horizon game. So I think that's what that is all about. And like I said, the For Honor game, I'm kind of salty because I paid full price for this game at launch. So,
I said the same thing. I actually commented on the video. I was like, man, if you would have told me 2 years ago, I could have just waited 2 years down the line to get it for free. I would have just waited.
yeah, Nick, you remember all the bullshit we went
Oh
through,
my
right?
gosh, dude! When this game first came out, it was a wreck. It was a train wreck.
Servers.
So bad. Servers were so bad. The fact the loot system that they had in there was just awful, and the fact that this game had a turnaround was amazing to me, at least. And I mean, they're kind of treating it like they're doing Rainbow Six Siege with the whole seasons and stuff, and it has its own little esport sort of community with it. So I think it's pretty cool. And the fact that it's free and you can get it next month, like I think it's only gonna ramp those numbers up.
Yeah, I thought I came up when I got it for 25 during the sale. I should just stop buying games and just wait. Like
I'm just real talk, bro. Like, just play the games. You already got a backlog. Wait. Game Pass and Games with Gold is like saving me from having to purchase games. I'm being for real. It's awesome.
Well,
Well,
especially with multiplayer type of games, like that.
Yeah.
I mean, For Honor is definitely has come a long way, and I'm glad to see that Ubisoft is supporting their games like this. To see it come to Games with Gold, it does suck to see that everybody who did buy it day one or did buy it on a sale. That sucks that you guys had to pay that money. But I mean, we're getting her for free next month.
I was going to say, well, here's the bonus side for a lot of you guys who are switching over to digital. If you have the physical copy, you could sell it or trade it in, and you might not get a ton of money for it. But hey,
we're already on the digital bandwagon back then, so we're just stuck.
you bought it digitally. Okay, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I was going to say, Lucy, you got a hard copy. You're not completely stuck. You just re-download it and then sell the other one. But or put a couple of your old games in for trade and maybe get a new game or something. You know?
So Shady was in the chat saying that the only people that play that game right now are like the sweatiest motherfuckers.
Real talk,
and the pros and stuff.
My gosh, dude. I was talking to this dude. He was in my Madden league. He was like one of the saltiest dudes in Madden, and he was like, "Bro, come get me in For Honor." I was like, "Bruh, I'm not gonna get you in For Honor. I can tell how you play Madden. I can only imagine how you play For Honor. So no, I'm not touching you in For Honor. Like these dudes out here are on some next level sweaty stuff."
That For Honor shit, when you go 1v1 on people and they like stun lock you and kill you, god damn, that's annoying.
Like it's free to get your ass whooped. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean you can go in there and try it out.
Hey, get your ass whooped for free or get your ass whooped for like $60.
Yeah.
Your pick.
So I don't know. I'm re-downloading it because it kind of made me think. I'm like, I could try to go back in there and try it out. I'll probably uninstall it not that long after I get it installed, you know. So
it does look nice though with that 4K though.
Yeah,
that update, that patch was sweet.
Hey, maybe I'll install it just to see it,
just to look at it. Hey, man, that's pretty.
Enjoy that 4K ass whooping.
Well, yeah, that's right. Clarity is all I want.
So doesn't it have a single player experience too, though?
It does. The story co-op is very subpar at best.
The only reason I didn't finish playing is because, like Nick said, my backlog is getting crazy, man. So I enjoyed like the first section of the story, and then I forgot what other game came on, but I just moved on.
See,
That's when I first waste my money.
When I first saw videos of For Honor, I honestly thought it was basically like a cooler version of Rise, Son of Rome. And that's what I was hoping for and expecting, and it didn't turn out to be that, and I passed on. I was like, no, I'm not into this one-on-one sword-fighting, counter-striking crap. I was like, never mind. So
it's not even one-on-one.
Yeah, it goes like 3-on-1, 4-on-1.
If you do domination, bro, there's no honor in For Honor. Everybody's just chopping at you, bro. It's
wow. Screw that stuff, right? So yeah,
it's satisfying.
It's free. You can try it out and see what. But yeah, that campaign, it's the worst voice acting ever. Right, Nick?
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I'm excited for Epic. I had the first game on the Wii and I liked it, and I'm actually excited to try this. And I never got a chance to get this one for 360, so I'm actually excited about that game because I like platformers, and that one looks pretty cool.
Oh, Disney Epic Mickey 2?
Yeah.
I never played the game, and I read about it. It got low scores, and I guess it got the whole series canned by Disney. So yeah.
1 or 2?
2.
Okay.
Yeah,
dude, your video is funny. Like, we got Epic Mickey. Who gives a fuck about that? I was like dying laughing, driving in my car listening to it.
I mean, I was interested in the first one. The second one, I didn't hear too much about. But I mean, you know, hey, if I'm getting it for free, I'll definitely give it a try. Sure. But I'm pretty much excited for Dead Space 3 because at the time that I did play it, I didn't have anybody to play co-op with. So if anybody wants to do the co-op campaign when it comes out, I'm down.
I need to finish Dead Space 3. I've started it a couple times with a couple different people, and I never finished it, so I'm definitely down. Vacuuming again. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway. I was like, why did it go quiet? And then I saw that you were muted. I was like,
I just like awkward silence, okay, guys? We'll just we'll try it out and see how it goes.
I thought somebody was microwaving something. I was like, oh, who's hungry?
So anyway, I need a new PC, as you can tell. So we're saving up for one. Anyway. Let's get to the next topic, and according to a couple analysts, Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be outsold by COD and Battlefield. What the hell? You guys think this guy's correct? First of all, I'm going to make a prediction and say that Red Dead 2 is not even going to come out when they said it is. I think it's going to get another delay. Yeah.
No,
you don't think
so? Don't wish that curse on me, Bobby.
I'm sorry, man. I feel like that's the way it's gonna go, dude. Because
Ricky Bobby, no,
they haven't said shit about this game in how long? Right? We got that one trailer, and they haven't shown much of anything. Really,
they're
talked
Rockstar.
About it.
They don't have to say shit about it.
I know, but
getting cocky.
I mean, I'd give it another month or two before we start getting hit with like a barrage of cinematic commercials and shit like that. I mean, when Rockstar throws a date, most of the time when they throw a date down, it's pretty solid. How many times did it get pushed back?
Twice, I think already. Twice already.
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out last year, and then they moved it to the spring of this year, and then it got moved to the fall of this year.
But even if it does get delayed, though, that's the thing. It's Rockstar. People are definitely going to pick it up when it comes out. So I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing that if it does get pushed back. I don't think it will. I'm not on the side of Salty here, where he thinks it's going to get pushed back, but I think it's definitely, you know, from what this guy is saying with the whole. It's getting outsold by Call of Duty and Battlefield. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think there's too many people out there that love, you know, the Red Dead franchise. They're going to buy Red Dead day one. There are going to be those people that probably won't buy it day one because they want to see more of the game. You know, they'll probably look it up online and see what.
And let's just see how COD and Battlefield perform after this year of Fortnite just blowing the fuck up. Let's see how they do when they drop.
And I don't think those games are going to do very well. Simply because I know for myself, being a Battlefield fan, I'm not buying Battlefield this year. And I know several other Battlefield fans who aren't going to buy the game this year.
Fuck Battlefield. What?
I'm actually.
So, I know a lot of people who aren't going to buy COD this year. So I mean, there's, you know, I mean, it's definitely going to be a neck and neck kind of thing, especially since Red Dead is coming out right after these two games.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask a panel question. How many of you guys actually had Red Dead Redemption and played it and finished it?
I did.
Okay, I played Red Dead Redemption for the first time in 2010 and unlocked my first achievement. I put it down and I didn't unlock my second achievement until 2014, and then I finally beat the game like a couple of months ago.
Jeez.
Yeah. So it was really hard for me to get into. Like, dude, like the lack of not the complete lack of fast travel, but the fact that I had to ride that damn horse 10 minutes across to the other side of the map. It was just annoying for me.
Well, that's the whole experience of being a cowboy in the Western, you know, age. Like there wouldn't have been like, you know, I think they were trying to go for more of a realistic feel to it, you know, even though they're very known for being, you know, kind of out there with their games and being kind of comical. I think they were kind of going for that more realistic feel, and it feels like that's what they're doing with this one as well. So I don't know if you're going to see that fast travel again in this one.
In real life, I'd rather fast travel to the grocery store than drive or walk.
Well, yeah, of course.
Wouldn't we all? Come on.
Yeah,
because I'm going to disagree with you, because I don't think anything's really that big enough to stop the Call of Duty juggernaut, despite everything that they do.
I was going to say that same thing. I was like, this dude took the two most casual games.
Because here's the thing: Red Dead Redemption, yes, was huge, but it was huge back in 2010. I mean, yes, a lot of us have fond memories. It's one of our games that we go to. It's like, you know, it's like an instant classic. But the people that are generally buying and snapping up games these days aren't the crowd that even remembers or knows what Red Dead is. I mean, Red Dead got a little bit of a resurgence when it became back and pat on Xbox, but look at how long that lasted. 2 weeks maybe, and then it was like it was back to Call of Duty. It was back to whatever was popular at the time. Call of Duty is just look, I hate to say it, and cool for them, but it's the juggernaut. It just does, like, I don't know where Battlefield's going to fit in, because Battlefield's always the anomaly. Like, seems like 1 year it does good, and the next year it kind of does good at first start, and then she goes kind of peters out. You know what I mean? Sort of like the hardcore people kind of stick with Battlefield, and a lot of the casuals and the tryhards and the MLG crowd stick with the Call of Duties. But like that's my thought. It's like Red Dead is big, but is it big enough? And will it resonate with the casual people that don't know what the hell they're going to see this Western game and do it on a fucking horse, and they're going to be like, that ain't good, man. That ain't no Fortnite.
Yeah. If you know what they should hand out with Red Dead, some Ritalin for all the people that play fucking Fortnite, all the little kids, they'll be like, so they can chill out and actually focus on the game and sit there for a little bit. I agree completely, and I think this game might have passed this generation on, and they might be right. You know, they probably are right. It's just we have a different generation that likes, you know, different things, and honestly, I have to be honest with you guys, I still haven't finished Red Dead 1.
How dare you?
Well, heck, not even Halo, which used to be the juggernaut of the industry, holds the same weight it did. Yes, we love it, but you got to admit, Halo doesn't have the same luster that it did at the height of its Halo 3.
I bet it does, because there's still a lot of people who are playing Halo 5, and Halo 5 sold quite a bit. You know, like it did. Yeah, I mean, they never said the numbers, but I'm sure it sold quite a bit because I mean, there's still you can still get into a match like so quick.
Hold on.
41 people streaming it on Mixer today.
Whoa.
Over 5,000 or 2,000 for Fortnite. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but let me
hop in. Let me hop in real quick. Okay. So we're gonna piggyback this into the conversation that we're gonna have because it goes well together. So Epic, right? They're worth like $8 billion now, and back in the day, not too long ago, they were only worth like 200 million. So that just speaks volumes to what the generation situation going on with the Fortnites of the world, the way the gaming community and the gaming trends are going. Because a company like Epic that was struggling to get this game out, I don't know how long Fortnite took to develop, but it was years, right?
Yes.
This thing is a juggernaut, and exactly what Noof is saying. Like, let's be honest, Halo doesn't compare. It's not even in the same realm when it comes to a money-making machine to Fortnite. It's been around for a year, and it's made a billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, the company's worth like $8 billion just off of one game alone. It's crazy, you know.
But that's the thing with things that rise fast. That's the things that with things that rise fast, they fall very hard. So I mean,
yeah, but if you make billions and billions of dollars, I mean, does it even matter?
I mean, it probably won't matter. No, not to Epic, definitely not. But I think to you know, Fortnite, I think, you know, and even PUBG, I think those games will go away eventually. And I think they'll still be around, you know, but they'll go away in terms of like people playing them all the time, 24/7, seeing them all the time on Twitch and stuff.
Right. Well, compare it to like Minecraft, because remember when Minecraft first came out and it just blew up, and then there's still a presence there, but it's not as heavy as it used to be. I see Fortnite being the same way. I even asked that question. I posted a video. I said, when will that Fortnite bubble? When will the bubble burst? To where
it's going to be around for a while. Trust me.
Let's wait for this new TV season and start seeing.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Even more into pop culture.
Right, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Whenever right now, it seems to be entering pop culture. Once it gets out of there, like Pokemon Go. Remember when Pokemon Go was such a big thing, and then that trend died off. I see Fortnite doing the same thing. Right now, I feel like we're at the point.
So I think this game's gonna be around for years. Just the way that they structured the game, the way that they edit their map, the company that's
I'm not saying it's going away. I'm not saying it's going away. I'm saying right now that $8 billion that they see, I think that's the tip of the iceberg, and I think that's where they're going to stand. And
we just saw in the World Cup this one guy just do the loser dance when he shot the goal. I mean,
right now it's in pop culture and it's popular. I feel like once that trend dies off in pop culture, that number is going to go down a little bit.
Which that's the thing in pop culture, things like this, like trends like this, die off very, you know, eventually. It might take a little while, especially since Fortnite is such a huge thing right now, and Battle Royale is such a huge thing. I think it will definitely probably drop off eventually. It's not going to be anytime soon, though. It'll probably be.
I got the perfect newfism for you guys. Look, popular video games are like sex. You can't get enough the first 6 months to a year, but if you're still getting the same amount of action 5 years later, well, you're probably not doing your wife.
No chills.
What the
boom?
That just happened.
That was amazing.
Chills.
So,
I can't laugh at that, man. My wife gonna hear me.
Keep the volume
LBG's like, that wasn't funny at all. Okay, I wasn't laughing. If you listen to it, my mic never moved.
What the fuck you laughing at?
Oh shoot. So anyway, let's go on to the last topic of the night, and then we'll get to our outros. Kind of keep it here. So Brad Sams, he's a guy that's been in the industry. He's broke some news when it came to Microsoft before. He talked about the Xbox Scarlett in the first place when he was talking about the next-gen system. He's a guy that has a source inside, and he's the one that was talking about it at the beginning. Now he's come out and said that Microsoft plans on releasing not one, but 2 next-gen consoles in 2020. He says there's going to be a traditional console called the Scarlett, and there's going to be a new one. Get ready, your salt levels might rise. It's going to be a cloud-based streaming console. It's going to be smaller, cheaper. It's going to be based on cloud tech. It's going to be a hybrid of cloud tech and streaming, and the console handle some of the power and the processing. It's something that we've never experienced before. So what do you guys think of this situation? And I want to hear New first, because I know he's salty. So let's hear it.
Sorry, I was just paying attention to chat. Run that by me really quickly.
So Brad Sam's saying that 2 Xboxes are coming out. One's the streaming one. What do you think about the streaming one?
Okay. Look, I think options are good. Like, bottom line, I'm not going to criticize. I mean, we don't even know enough information at this point to kind of be really critical about it. But look, if it is true, if there's truth to it, and I suspect there probably is, where there's smoke, there's often fire. Like I said, options are good. The bottom line is it's going to put Xbox in more homes. It's also going to lower the divide between people that have, you know, the money to buy the big $500-600 console launcher, the people that just, you know, they still want to play the games, but they just don't have the revenue to keep up with it, to buy that console and stuff. And Microsoft has said this before. They're trying to limit that door, that restrictive door, that barrier that sometimes keeps people from playing on their platform. I mean, for example, if you're a PS4 owner, for example, and you just spent a lot of money on your console, or maybe you go out and buy a PS5, and now you're still interested in Xbox, but you don't have a lot of money per se. Well, all of a sudden, doesn't that option of, say, maybe a $199 streaming unit look pretty attractive to you as a second console, and maybe homes buy 2 or 3 of these? The hardcore people in your house, they get the disc drive, they get the regular version Xbox, and then you get a little streaming one for the bedroom for your kids, or you take it to the cabin, stuff like this. Like, options are good. There's no other way around it. Streaming's not for me, and it's not going to be for a lot of people out there that have one, restrictive internet, I mean, very low speeds, perhaps data caps, etc., etc. You got to take all these things into account. But as it is, if it works really well, and I suspect that by the time it comes out, which could be about 2 years away, I think things are going to be advanced enough. Microsoft has invested, I don't know if you've been following a lot of things, but they've invested billions in the last 2 or 3 years in various cloud services and servers, et cetera, et cetera. So you can tell they're gearing up, and they're getting very serious about where the game industry is going and where the fans seem to be taking it. I'm all for the hard copy version. I'm not even going to bother with the streaming box. But again, options are good, and if people flock to it, great. I just don't want to see that particular model be the leading industry trend, because all of a sudden, if people go a little bit too far and they say, hey, we love this stuff, well, you know what happens, right? All of a sudden, the big corporations see dollar signs, and then they forget about the other fans, and people get kicked to the curb. And all of a sudden, an option goes to being sort of a forced thing on people. Like, you either buy this or you hit the highway. You know.
Yep.
So, I mean,
go ahead, LBG.
No, I mean, my whole thoughts on the cloud thing. I mean, I'm so tired of talking shit about stuff that's like a year or 2 out and then having it shoved in my face, like with Fortnite. I mean, you know, I'm gonna just wait and I just want to wait and see what they have. I believe in our Lord and Savior Phil Spencer, and I believe that when, I mean, you know, they're putting money into this, they're gonna do it the right way. I mean, like, as much as a uphill battle it's been for Xbox to get back to get to where it is now, I don't think that they're going to do anything to fuck it up. And they're going to be giving this cloud-based gaming thing a lot of TLC. So I'm gonna just have faith and wait.
LBG, if they could get that input lag down and the price was right, would you
Hell yeah.
Okay.
If I can take Xbox on, if I can like take Xbox out of this room, all around the house, or even, God willing, on the go, hell yeah.
Okay, so that's cool, man. I'm right there with you, but they got to answer some questions, honestly, for me. Right. One of which is, if they're going to go forward and backwards with the compatibility, what's going on with the hard drive space? How the fuck does that work? You know, like, my library of games is huge. You know, we're talking about 360 games. We're talking about original Xbox games. We're talking about Xbox One games. Like, I have a lot of fucking games, and I'm not even the person that has the most games. Where are these games coming from? Are they just going to be on a server where you can access them if you have records that you have these games? Like, I need these answers.
What if you could hook up a portable hard drive to it?
No, but it wouldn't work like that, because that's based off of the console, then it would run it like a base system. It has to be streaming. This is all streaming, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's people that talked about, like, hey, you could hook a hard drive up there. If you do that, then it's just basically working like a regular console, and that's not what we're talking about. If you're streaming these games, you're streaming them. You don't have a hard drive there, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So
I do have my concerns if this rumor is true. I do have my concerns, but like Lazy Black just said, like, you got to have faith that Xbox is gonna, and they're gonna do it right. Like, if they're really gonna take a shot on this, like, you got to have faith and trust that they know what they're doing in this situation. All I know is that if this does, for the price that they're talking about, like if it's cost effective at, like, I believe I saw a video, somebody said it somewhere around like $80 to $100. I don't know if that's factual or not, but somebody said they could see it being, if it was around that price. I know a lot of dudes that won't go out and get an Xbox per se because it's expensive. If they see that there's a cheaper option out there for them to stream it, I know they'll probably cop that. And I know that they could be
that sounds a little unbelievable to me.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It does sound unbelievable. I'm just saying, I looked up a few videos and people were saying I could see it being anywhere from 80 to 100 or whatever. And I mean, if it
no.
Put it this way, it's going to be. But put it this way, it's going to be
like
cheaper.
$200.
Okay, but put it this way, it's going to be cheaper than the main console, correct? And so if people can, if there's casual people out there that can find a cheaper option and they don't have to put invest a whole lot of money into it, they're going to take that option.
So Crazy
if they do it right, it'll be right.
That he has over 70 physical discs. Well, this would be the issue, Crazy Greek dude. You probably want to upgrade because all those games would be left behind. You know, like, honestly, they can't. You know, they're not going to have a disk drive in this console, so you're not going to be able to read your discs. So if you have a bunch of discs from the past that are backwards compatible, I mean, it probably wouldn't be an upgrade for you. But myself, I'm pretty much all digital, so that upgrade, if they could say, hey, you have a license for it, we'll just, we'll read those licenses and then say, hey, you own these games, you can stream them. Just think of the possibilities of what Microsoft could do. They have Surface tablets. Potentially, they could rip off the idea of the Switch, the way the Joy-Cons work, make some adapter for their tablets, hook it up on the side. You have streaming capabilities. You can take all your library on the go, have next-gen graphics. Like, the possibilities are there. You know what I'm saying? So,
like, what? It's just imagine, like, back in the day when you had to unhook your Xbox and the hassle of getting all the cables and all this stuff, unhooking your Xbox and taking it with you. If it's as small as it's going to be, you just pick it up, take it with you to wherever you're going to go, and there's your library right there. I think it's a great idea. Like you said, it just depends on what details we get on it and how they go about doing it. Like, there's a lot of bugs to be worked out.
Because we have issues like internet caps, data caps, speeds, internet issues when you're talking about intermittent speeds, how it drops and goes up and down. You're talking about what happens if the servers go out. Like, what if they get DDoSed by, like, some lizard squad? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. That'd be terrible.
Like, you can't play shit. If they DDoS them, you're fucked. You don't play shit.
Yeah.
You know? So, the thing is people are very against change. Okay, so I said on my Twitter account, I tweeted about it. The only consistent thing in life is change, and that's the facts. Change will happen, and change is a thing that human beings are aggressively against. It's not a natural thing. It's not comfortable. And unfortunately, with technology, it gets to a point, like kind of like HD televisions. You guys remember when you guys were forced to switch over? There was a point where the TV companies just said, hey, we're switching over to high def. If you don't do it, you're not going to get a television feed. You know what I'm saying? So who knows how long this is going to take, but this is the future. That's why I made the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? The cloud is a real thing. I joke about it. The cloud. Everybody's talking about it, right? But Google's going for it. Microsoft is going for it. All these big, huge companies are investing billions into the cloud, so you better believe this shit's coming. I don't know if it's coming this next gen, but you better prepare for it. That's all I got to say. Prepare. I was going to say something that it was very inappropriate, so I'm glad I muted myself. So anyway.
Good on you, man.
So you guys have anything else to say? I just went on a huge rant there.
No.
Well, I kind of find it funny. Face's last comment, he's talking to someone else in the chat about people buying it in Japan. But you know what? the stream box for Xbox might actually be a little bit more successful in Japan. And I tell you why. Only because I'm not saying it's going to be a huge success, but it might have a little bit more impact only because like the Japanese in general, they tend to like new technology. They like cutting edge trends, and they really like a lot of their devices in a very small package. You know, they tend to be a little bit more progressive towards portables, which is why I think the Switch is doing really well there. While we've seen the PlayStation Vita have a much bigger success in that neck of the woods than it ever did over here or even in Europe. You know, even their cell phone market, I've heard, is quite different from ours. They're very, you know, on that cutting edge. So you never know. Something like this, something small and compact that could practically fit in someone's handbag, take it anywhere, hook it up to an internet connection, and away you go. That could have some massive potential.
Sure. Anybody else?
Nah.
Well, that's going to be the last topic for the night. This episode was fire. I appreciate it. This shit went by quick. I looked at the clock. I was like, oh, shit. Hour and a half went by. So
that was awesome.
Salty Thursday is officially over. So we're going to get to the outros here. Let's start off with our special guest, Nintendo Direct. Where can people find you?
Yo, you know where you can find me, youtube.com/Nintendo Direct. Just posting a new video before, like about an hour before the podcast starts. So hop over there, check that one out and like it, all that good stuff. And appreciate the invite, man. Like I said, every Thursday I get a chance to get off, man. Just hit me up and I'll always be on here, man, for sure. And appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody on the panel, Native, Noof, LBG. Dark, you guys are awesome, man. Best podcast, best podcast in the community.
Thank you, man. Yeah, check out this dude. His content is awesome. He does Nintendo stuff and streams. Alan Savage, thanks for being here again. Thanks for the support. Thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you for everybody that's in the chat. It was an awesome episode. Punkidish Gaming, where can people find you?
Oh man, right here on Twitter, Punkidish Gaming, Xbox Punkidish. I just want to say shout out to Bloody because he couldn't make it here tonight.
True.
You know, going through some things, man. So miss him on the panel and his crazy long ass rants that we have to play Jeopardy button on every once in a while. Shout out to him. And anybody listening, like I said, since Nick's on the panel, man, he's a couple subscribers away from 700, man. So everybody get out there, try to support him. He's like 12 away still. So y'all get out there and support that guy. But besides that, man, every Thursday here, 9 Eastern, I will not be here next week because I'm on vacation going to hit up Myrtle Beach.
Awesome.
Hopefully the weather's nice, man, but I'll definitely be tuning in and listening and show my support.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Nukem, where can people find you?
Boom, boom, kaboom. Nuke was leaving the room. You can always find me in the gutter. And I want to thank everybody for coming out and checking out episode 24 last night. I'm mixing it up with Noof with Mr. Boomstick XL. It was a really good show last night. If you didn't catch it, you can go catch the replay over on my YouTube channel. And just want to remind everyone that next week, next Wednesday, will be my final mixing it up with Noof. It may not be a forever final. We'll see. But I'm going to reevaluate things and we'll see where it goes. But next week is, at least for now, the final mixing it up with Noof, and my special guest is going to be Free Jack, who's been hanging out with us in the chat. It's a good buddy of mine. It's going to be a good show, so I hope to see some support to come out for that one. Otherwise, guys, chat's been phenomenal. This panel has been great. Always wonderful to have Nintendo on here. The dude is awesome. As Salty said, go check out his channel. He puts up some really good work, some great knowledgeable stuff about Nintendo, where they're going. He also has some really fun streams that you can join in and check out as well, and catch him for Mario Kart and all that stuff. Always a great panel, guys. Thanks so much for the support. We'll see you next Thursday for some more Salt.
Hey, Silent Life 206. I think it's the first time I've ever seen you. Thanks for stopping by. LBG, where can people find you?
Oh, man, you guys can find me on Twitter, Mixer, Instagram, Facebook, and Xbox under the name Lazy Black Gamer. Or you could find me on Twitch and PSN under Lazy Black Gamer Guy. On Saturdays, you can also find me on the corner of La Brea and Santa Monica Boulevard. Just look for the guy with the skin-tight leather, and make sure you have about 50 bucks. It's going to be a tough game here, so
only
you know,
$50? Oh, that's a steal.
Awesome. I mean, hey, I'm not a catch.
I mean, he is lazy, so he's probably just lays there like a dead fish, you know.
Nice.
Awesome. Good episode, guys. Dark, where can people find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Animus. You can also find me on Xbox Live, the same name. You guys can check me out on the next podcast every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
4 p.m. Pacific. And you guys can always find me here on the Saltiest Gaming Podcast, you know, chalking it up with these fools.
That sounds a little too sexy, man. Come on.
Oh, man. Anyway, I guess it's my turn. This episode was awesome. Again, we're doing the giveaway. I just been fucking. It was crazy today. So I'll get that information out as soon as possible about the giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. I'd like to thank everybody that's ever commented on the channel, liked, subscribed, hit the bell icon, whatever, left a troll comment. I appreciate everybody. 2,000 is a crazy number. I never thought I would hit, but I look forward to making the content better every day that I put a video out or we do a podcast. That's the point. And yeah, we're going to make it better every time. So anyway, the 46th episode of the Saltiest Gaming Podcast was awesome. Make sure you hit that like button before you guys leave. 80 likes is just right there. I know you guys are sitting there. You lurkers, hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit the bell icon. And as always, stay salty, my friends.